Hey everybody, I had a video for you yesterday, but sorry about that. And I did some videoing of the weather that we had this morning. We had some crazy thunderstorms this morning. I might put that at the end of this, but I'm just kind of having one of those last couple of days of unclear what to do. And then I found something today, and I walked by, and some of you know that I used to do woodworking. That's a stand I made, that's a wall cabinet I made, some doors for a big project, walnut table I made years ago. My barn clocks that were kind of getting famous, we got 6 or 7 of them out there, and a mirror and sconce sets that we used to do, and there's the one I got built for the wife. Always wanted my uncle to do the stained glass to it, and still haven't. And this table at the time of being redone was 116 years old. It is now probably closer, so that's a good 15, so it's almost 130 years old now. And the tabletop on that, when I was done, the lady come back and she goes, "Oh, you were able to save the old top." I says, "No, that's a complete brand new top. I found a modern day router bit that matched exactly what was on the old tabletop. I redone that. And that's my oldest, which has now got 2 kids. So, I tell you, but yeah, I made that tabletop. That was out in the old building. That was a 116-year-old dresser I redone for the gal, and you can see back here in the background, see that? That is the start of the shop that we're in now. This was a display unit that I made for a store trying to get cabinets sold, and that went backwards. But I got that set up. There's that same setup. That's where, look at that. There's Mama Bear and our oldest. That's inside this shop. That would be looking right over there right now. Because see, there's the furnace. There's the furnace still in the same spot. So this is a curio cabinet I designed and made. And it's got 2 glass shelves in it. And there's the oldest again. Yeah, I kind of wish I could get back into my woodworking, but thanks to the bank and that's pretty much done. There's another good shot of her. And here is the transformation. This is the old building that sits outside. That's where I was doing my woodworking in before. And knowing what I know now, I kind of wish I would have stayed in that building. There's some more cabinets. There's a built-in. That behind that, they had me build that so that would be able to be removed, and behind that was a whole bunch of electrical and service stuff. Now we're going back in time. Now we're going back in time. See that little piece there? You know, I should really go outside for this next few. Let's go outside. Okay. Let's see. Put you guys right here. Hopefully I don't glare too bad now. It is. Well, anyway, that part there is this small part right there. That was my what's left of my sister's house in town of Lakeview, Iowa. See, I'll go in. You guys know that guy right there? That was me. About 16, 17 years old in that picture. And we saved cement slabs Yeah, we're going to have to go in. I'm getting too much glare. Just a second. Okay. Now you guys know kind of what I'm talking about here, so get back over here and excuse me. Anyway, showing you that. There. Well, that's what we saved in my sister's house. That's my dad right there. That's my ex-brother-in-law. That's one of my nephews that's in the military. Like I said, that's me. It's my dad. That's my oldest niece. And that there is my sister Diane, the one that has passed from cancer. And my dad here, what we done is put railroad ties in the ground and then set the cement block on top, because, see right there, that's what they're doing. There's my little dog. I thought he'd show up there you go. And that guy there, that's me. I thought I was a big guy then. I weighed 220 pounds. Now you can start seeing the farm in the background. No, that's all the stuff that's gone. That's 1, 2, 3 buildings right there. My dad's old blue 75 GMC pickup. But as you can see, we're setting the floor down here. And there's Dad, and that we leveled out, and he done this. But what this was is an old house that we tore down in town. And at this point, my dad goes, "Well, you want a new woodworking shop?" I said, "Yeah." So, "Well, you're looking at it." When he told me that, I thought he was kind of nuts, but nope, it worked out. That used to be the north wall of the house, and we took and stood it up. And what I was doing there is the bottom of it was rotten, and it was almost a 9-foot ceiling, so we cut each and every one off, and we lowered it 8 inches, I think. We're right at an 8-foot ceiling. So, and there we stood that wall up. That was my nephew, and that guy right there is the guy that was with me when I rolled the pickup. Yes, I've rolled the vehicle. And then that was the west wall of the house, which is now the south side, when we were standing it back up. And yeah, that's my nephew. I miss him. And that's a friend of mine, Joel. And there we're getting stuff lined up and wedged in. And there is my old 75 Malibu Classic I'd had at the time. The green truck, that Ford, was my brother-in-law's. And there it is going up. And you can see a building in the background there, which is now gone too. And there, that's gone. And the day that I was working here, we had a stranger come pull on our place. "Did you see that tornado?" And we're like, "What tornado?" "Tornado that was north of here." And I mean, the sky looked like that. It was nice and clear. We're thinking the guy was drunk, and so I went and drove up to where he said he seen the tornado. And my God, the cornfields were tore up. The corn was knocked down. So something went through that day, but we didn't have a clue. We were outside working, and yeah. There's my first lawnmower I overhauled. That's the one my dad said would never run again, and I overhauled it when I was younger. There's my cousin Daniel. He's gone now too. He had cystic fibrosis, and I don't know if his mom did the paperwork. I think he was the oldest one to live with that, and he was pretty self-sufficient. What happened was they found out later he'd gotten a bad cough, couldn't get it stopped, went to the doctor, and they gave him the wrong freaking injection and killed him. But yep, he was there. And if I'm not badly mistaken, that's Daniel. Oh, that might be Vern in the background, my dad. That was me. God, I'd like to be that size again. And my mom, she didn't ever care for a picture to be taken. My dad had no fear. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Our old dog Peaches, my dad making the rafters for that old building. Somewhere in here should be pictures of Roger. Roger helped on this, but you can see now there were some big trees right next to where the shop was, and here, that's what I've all cleaned up. I did get up on the roof back when I could. There's my dad and sister again, and there's my mom. I guess I should turn it sideways. I've still got that little belt-driven table saw, I think. It's over in the old building. And look here in the background, there is an old 68, 69 Chevy Impala that had a 327 in it. And here is up by where the shop where I park now. That's the mess I had to clean up around here. And there is the old house, and you can see the holes in the siding, the old slate. That was from the softball size hail in 76, 77. Used to have enough mowers, I didn't have to worry about mower. And right here is where the shop is now. That's right behind that doghouse is where the entry door is into the shop that I'm in now. And right there on that where that car's parked, that's the cement slab underneath us. Boy, it's fading. I wish it wouldn't have faded, but that was my dad, me, my nephew Philip, my niece Nancy, and my sister Diane. Darn pictures. And here's what it looked like back then, everybody. I mean, there's the pine tree out there. Look at all those trees, the buildings. And then you get up here closer, this is what it turned into. It looked like a wasteland out here. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere. And right now where this area is, I mow that. And my dad, when he built that, he put his initials and mom's initial, Vern and Ardeen Bettine. There's another building. I mean, look at how brown and grass and how much trash. There was one of the last race cars on the farm. And there's the old corn crib. That thing burnt down. When I burnt that, it took less than 15 minutes. It was a pile of ashes. That thing went fast. And then look at all, I mean, look, this is what the farm used to look like. And this is now the field out to the west of the buildings. And then there's the starting of the burying of the concrete and everything, and the holes we dug and buried. And see, right next to, okay, you guys know where my dog is out here. That little shed, that's right where that is. That iron pile, he loaded a semi-trailer and a half of iron off that pile alone. That's how much iron was there in that area. And that's before see all the trees I took down around the old slab. Then you guys, you guys probably think I'm blowing smoke, but here is when we were crushing cars out here on the farm. I think this was like the second or third crushing. And yeah, used the excavator. Yeah, and there's me. I'd gotten a lot bigger. And then there, I mean, that's what the farm used to look like. You couldn't walk anywhere, you had to watch where you're going. And there's the oldest again, and that's inside the old shop. And she was Dad's helper, and now I can't get her to do nothing. Some more of the table. That's before the seatbelt law, so don't. And she was too big for a car seat. But here's after we poured the concrete, and there, right there's the iron pile. here's the new shop. There's the old shop. I mean, I built this building. That was a friend of mine's pickup. It's hard to tell in this picture, but it had been hit and they rebuilt it. But yeah, there's where the old house used to be, just to the east. Some more of the table, so I think that was it. Oh, what do we got back here? Oh, there's when we formed it up, the pourer for the concrete for the. And see, there's our old outhouse that used to be out back. And all those trees are gone. I mean, that's kind of sad. But yeah, this is when I first cleaned that up. I mean, that was the first time that dirt there had been seen daylight in 30 some years. That was the friend that helped me, Dan. There's my old Chevy pickup that I had, and there's another Chevy. Yeah, it's kind of taking me. Oh. Okay. Wow, I did not realize this. That was my sister's last daughter, Angie. Boy, she sure looks like Lily, don't she? Yep, that's my sister Diane. She's gone. And you can see in the background, that's my old engine shop that I worked out of for years. And all the junk and trees, I mean. And then, last me, that was my sister Diane that's gone. That's my sister Connie and her oldest boy Dino. There's Nancy, Philip, and Angie, and our old Shetland pony. And yes, guys, I did work. I did make money back in the... I've made money over the years. But I don't know why. Things just kind of hit me, and there's a good picture of Mom and the oldest. And again, that picture was taken right in front of that door over there. So, yeah. Kind of thought I'd show you guys. Found some more pictures, and that, I mean, I'd like to go back in time to that age again, because I was able to do so much more. Didn't have the worries I got now. When I first seen this photo album, I thought it was the race car stuff and the motor stuff and all the car stuff I've done. I've already got a video out there on that, but this was the woodworking and the building of this building. Which this building is now heading for 18 years old. 18 years ago. I didn't think I'd ever be able to talk about stuff 18 and 35 years ago. And here I am. Why I felt the need to share this with you guys today, I don't know. But a lot of things changed. I mean, like I said, let's kind of show you here. I mean, that one view I took looking up at the corn crib was right straight down here, going that way. I looked, and now you can see, I mean, the old silage pit used to be right there, and that's been pushed in and filled in. And I've seen the dirt's kind of settled when I had the guy bury the concrete slab, because at the time I was thinking about building over that, and he says, oh, I wouldn't. I said, well, don't bust up that slab, because there's a 8-inch, 6 or 8-inch concrete slab underneath there that my plans were, once that ground settled, I was going to dig down to it and then clean it, and then that'd be the floor for my pit. Well, you can see it, that hasn't happened yet. So yeah, there's some spots up in here. Now those holes that we had dug to bury everything, I told him, I said, I don't want this stuff ever going to the surface. So he brought over, I think he dug 20 foot down in the ground. That stuff is buried deep and should not ever come to the top. Because I knew it was going to be turned to farm ground, and they used to use a field ripper, and I didn't want them catching anything. So, but yeah, that's kind of a little more behind the scenes with me and what's happened over the years. And at the same time, I wish we could go back. I guess. So at the end of this, there might be more. I don't know. I've just kind of hit a rut all of a sudden. I don't know. And it all just kind of stems from something that was said, not on YouTube, it was somebody in person. And on Facebook, I just kind of deflated me. But I don't know, after seeing these pictures and that, and on what I'd like to do. Dreams. Sometimes your dreams are actually nightmares. Anyway, I guess if you're watching this, you know you already watched it on the Rodney channel. And we'll see y'all later. I'm going to get busy and get something going for the TLC Bear 2. So, alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Stay safe, and get out in the shop and keep busy. Get your unfinished projects done. So, see you later.